Hi everyone, it's Anne. Welcome to my channel, Annie's Abstract Art, where I do just that. In my last video, I asked everyone if they wanted to see some color. I got mixed responses. This piece tries to strike a balance between color and no color, so it's some color, a lot of black. FYI, I had some lighting issues that did resolve itself. The video will start now. Enjoy. So here I'm using Golden's medium to do two things. One, to saturate the 12 by 16 canvas board. PSA, I need to add the other LED panel so that I don't have lighting issues. So I'm using the medium for a few reasons. One, to keep it very wet. It's also working almost like the gel matte medium to lay down the collage, and it's keeping the paint wet longer so I can add the color to the collage and scrape through and make some marks and then erase and add more because it's very wet, so it's very flexible. So that was old book paper that's about 30 years old, and I marked it up with black acrylic, and this is tissue paper that I marked up with black acrylic paint. So I love making my own papers. Tissue paper, old book paper, deli paper, copy paper. And this is kind of like a light coral acrylic, and I'm using the medium with it to make it more of a glaze and a foam roller, and I'm going over the yellow ochre. So both are almost translucent in a way because there's that glaze, that medium is mixed in with the acrylic, so it's not very opaque. And this is a styrofoam packaging stencil. I'm using cream, and you'll note that throughout the video I have handwritten my comments using the handwriting tool in KineMaster. So this is adding black acrylic for contrast. So you have all these colors, even though they're not crazy colors, nonetheless they're color compared to what I usually do, which is brown, black, and gray, and white and cream. So a lot of black right here, this whole panel. And so I'm using a flat brush, and what I like to do is get dry brush strokes like that, and then the flat brush allows you to get some clean lines, so it's pretty versatile. You can get dry brush marks with any brush. And that's Mod Podge, and I'm laying down copy paper using the silicone brush. And this is my king size Sharpie marker to write a note that this piece is for removing or sanding or rubbing with a wet sponge, which is what I ended up doing right here once it dried. So if you'll know what I mean if you've ever removed the paper part of a label. So this is copy paper with some markings using black acrylic paint that I made. And so I'm adding cream acrylic to kind of clean things up and neutralize it. It's the camera right now, you can see everything still has that haze, but it does correct itself very shortly. So I'm just working this. Look how hazy it is. This is more 30-year plus old book paper. And I have some parts of the footage on a very slow speed, because I feel sometimes I go too fast and it's like you feel like you missed it. This is cardstock, and because it's so thick, I'm peeling off the back. So I just start that corner and then very slowly, that was almost in real time. And the colors work so well with this composition. So I'm just using the medium to lay it down. And this is Jane Davenport's gouache. It's a yellow ochre, and I'm using it with a lot of water because I really didn't want white in this piece. So this yellow ochre is like, well, maybe some of the cream is like my white. So I'm rotating the canvas, and boom, here's the light. Let there be light. And I'm using a black oil pastel stick to make some lines. And now this is thermal paper, my paper rang. And it's very interesting because there's no ink. It's thermal, and that's where you get that black. But you'll see what happens when I add clear gesso, thinking, like right here, thinking that I was protecting it, but the chemicals, and this is thermal also. It's a Rollo printer for labels because I do Poshmark. But where it says New York, I used the clear gesso, and I'm laying down a few strips that were left over. The clear gesso, it ruined the thermal paper. The chemicals in the clear gesso. I was trying to get the heat back with the blow dryer, and that didn't work. And then I traced the letters, and it was getting worse by the minute. And then I wanted to protect that, and the gel pen, it smeared, so it ended up coming up. This is just more collage, and then this is stencils, gray blue, my diamonds, one of my favorite stencils. That's index card just to protect the black. I love the way that looks. And I love that handwriting tool. Instead of typing all of the comments and the notes, too many steps. So here, yeah, I'm expanding that dark panel, just going over everything that I didn't want. And this is a drawer that I keep just all of my different papers. I have a whole rolling cart full, but this is just one drawer. And then I have these little containers that I'll show you that have like all the different colors from old projects. Because I'm also over at Head Trip Creations, so a lot of the old portrait art, mixed media portrait art that I've done, I just, if I don't want it, I would just tear up the backgrounds because there's just so much color and pattern and markings, and it's too thick. It's cardstock, but like I showed you before, you can peel off the top layer. So here what I was doing, I was looking for kind of gray blue, kind of corals, and I ended up running with two pieces. The one that has the polka dots on it on the right, and the upper left hand piece, that dark coral. But at this point I wasn't sure. I was still looking. And those two go. That one stays. And I used that one, that gray blue, but it didn't fit in the camera. And I think I ended up removing it in the end. There is just so many moving parts to this piece. So that's one. And there I was like, all right, I'll put it there. I'm going to trim it. And I added it to the corner, and I wasn't really thrilled with it once I laid it down. And this is packaging stencils. I love that. Price is right. And they're really fun. So that was one. And then this is my foamy stamp. So I only used 3 of the circles. So I used a lot of circles, and these are wood stamps that I've had for years and never used. And so I thought this piece is kind of crazy, so chaos is the right word. And I love how the A is crooked. It just plays right into it. So I have 2 more letters to go. I have a lot of those acrylic letters. They're so hard to get off the base. I like the wood ones. This is my security ink roller. The ink never dries out. And it's so easy to use, and it adds instant pattern because it has like a million billion little numbers and letters. It's like my go-to tool. And washi tape. Now, I have so much of it, and I never ever use it because I don't do journaling. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what I can pull off of this loop. So this is measuring tape. And I thought, you know, just the word chaos and measuring. I don't know if that even made any sense, but that's a glue stick. Because washi tape, even though they have some adhesive on the back, it's really weak. This is Mod Podge and my DIY collage tissue paper. This is a sponge that I'm painting with the cream, and I just went over that area. This is my DIY foamy stamp. Just adding a few bars, and then the pink under it. I hated it. So I pulled out my oil pastel stick in a very, like a fire coral, and it gives great coverage because it's so waxy, but it's not soft. It's not a soft like lipstick. It's really like a crayon, like a soft crayon, but not like lipstick, if that makes any sense. So vibrant. Just touching up with some black using, that's an eyeliner pencil. I bought a bunch from Amazon a couple years ago for detailing. And this is another one of my DIY foamy stamps. So it's a spiral, and I'm just using half of it just to add some pattern over here, but it really didn't show up that well. So this is Speedball's ink, and I put it in a precision bottle so I can draw with it. But you have to be really careful with this stuff. It stains your hands. It can get really messy. So it's like really very, very careful with it. This is old book paper again. And here I'm using like a gray blue pastel, oil pastel stick to make some marks. And what I'm trying to do is just kind of fill every nook and cranny with some kind of a shape or a line, and try to have some contrast between the black and the colors. This is the Sharpie marker again, just doing some curly cues, some lines. So it's like eye candy. You know, you have diamonds, you have letters. Oh, this was my favorite part. Removing the collage to reveal the layer underneath. How amazing is that? I do it all the time, but it never gets old. Adding a little bit more of the yellow ochre with Jane Davenport gouache. Rotating the canvas. A little more tissue paper, a little more of the blue and black collage like I have right there in the upper left. Just kind of balancing it. We're in the home stretch. Final touches, those two circles, it's kind of like an optical illusion because it was underneath, but when I completed the circles on the top layer and then colored it in, it was kind of like, is it on the top or is it on the bottom? So I thought that was fun. And that's the last step, and it is done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions about my process or materials, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will because I upload regularly. Until the next video, take care. I'll see you soon.